When constructing the design, the original idea was for it to stand independently by forming legs from the wire base. This idea was changed as the legs began moving in different directions, and the tree became too heavy to properly support the design. The design was adapted into a potted tree. The wire framework was secured using decorative rocks instead of sphagnum moss, as the metal pot may not be waterproof, and water could leak through the edges or cause the container to rust. The only available buckets were bright purple or neon green. I chose purple, as it was the closest option to the decorative blue already planned for the design. Blue and purple are analogous colors, sitting next to each other on the color wheel. There was no available purple that matched correctly. Lavandula was added as it is a shade of purple, although it was still not the correct hue. To resolve this, blue and gold Christmas ribbon was banded around the outside of the container and secured using glue dots. This was not as neat as intended. Although the ribbon was wrapped as tightly as possible, some creases remained visible. The blue and gold were chosen to relate to the baubles and star made for the tree using the crash technique with bullion wire. This helps to bring the blue and gold color palette further down into the design. The tree trunk was thickened using paper-covered wire, followed by a copper-colored bullion wire ribbon. Gold bullion wire was wrapped around this to secure the ribbon in place. This created a visible tree trunk in the closest available brown tone. This was important to prevent the tree from sitting too low in the pot, which would have made the Christmas tree resemble a hedge. The visible trunk adds height and creates a more realistic appearance. The design was constructed in a container without the use of floral foam. The wired tree starts at the bottom of the bucket, which was then filled with various jasper stones. These added weight and balance to help prevent the tree from falling over. Originally, the design was planned to include real twigs branching out to hold baubles, similar to Carle's design. This was changed to a simpler approach using wire branches with curled ends. This added rhythm to the design while also helping to hold the baubles, which were made from bullion wire using the crash technique. The wire branches were wrapped using brown Stemtex. Parafilm was not used, as it has a smooth, plastic-like finish, and no brown color was available. The paper texture of the Stemtex remains visible, creating a more natural appearance. An improvement would be to add a compact layer of either soil or moss before adding the tumbled stones, as the stones were loose and allowed the tree to move slightly backwards. A compacted base would hold the design more securely and ensure balance is maintained. As the tree only leaned back a small amount and remained stable, it was still considered balanced. The bucket does not appear fully waterproof, however, this could be resolved by adding a cellophane liner inside the container, secured using pot tape.